Shattered: Tale of the Forgotten King. Shattered is an indie Souls-like game developed by French developer Red Oak Studio. Shattered takes place in a world where everything has gone horribly wrong, and you, as the main character, are left to wander this broken, desolate world, kill bad guys, and maybe figure out what happened. Let's get started with the visuals. This game is highly stylized with a very artsy look. The world has many diverse biomes from snow-capped mountains to swampy looking areas, and everything in between. While these biomes can vary in size, they add to the game's personality. But the areas that really took my breath are alien-like and hard to describe with words. The main character design is very cool. Unfortunately, you can't customize it. There are only a handful of enemy designs that get repeated throughout the world, but they are sprinkled so evenly that it's not an issue. The boss design is very cool and very unique. Each has a unique look that matches the boss's persona. The NPCs you meet throughout the journey are designed very gothy-like. When you talk to an NPC, a dialog box will appear where you can see a sketch drawing of them. Once again, there are only a handful of NPCs you can interact with, but it fits the overall theme of this empty world. Visuals get a 2.5. Gameplay. The gameplay in Shadow is very simple. You have a heavy attack, light attack, ranged, magic attack, block, dodge, and parry. You can also double jump, which comes in handy when traversing the map or trying to dodge attacks mid-air. There really isn't any elemental effects or attributes in the game, so your simple offensive capabilities go a long way against enemy NPCs. Combat, while simple, can be tricky. Once you figure out an enemy's pattern, it becomes a lot easier though. If you parry an attack successfully, you have a few seconds to counterattack, but not all enemies will actually stagger. That's why it's way more advantageous to dodge instead. Leveling is very simple. When you kill enemies, you get Aeons, which can be traded to level up. When you level up, you can add attribute points to Vitality, Stamina, Strength, Mysticism, or Knowledge, depending on which you increase will increase your stats independently. For example, if you increase Strength, your physical damage will go up. Stamina will increase your stamina. Be careful how much Aeons you spend leveling up because you also use them to upgrade weapons, craft items, and to buy items if you don't want to craft them. If you die, you lose your Aeons, unless you keep dying too much. Then the game won't take the Aeons away. I'm not sure if that was done on purpose or if that's a bug. You can find new physical weapons throughout the game which can be upgraded. There isn't any armor to equip. There are consumable items that will increase your stats temporarily. You can also find different magical equips. Boss fights were challenging but fair, with the exception of a couple that seemed cheap. There are a couple of bugs though throughout the game. I noticed that if you do something repeatedly, the game will bug out. For example, if you keep on dying with the boss will stop moving when you respawn, which you can use to your advantage. Or when you use the memento over and over again, it won't let you activate it again. That's why I don't know when you keep your Aeons when dying is a bug or it was done on purpose. These bugs affected my experience very minimally, but it does get some points taken off. Gameplay gets a 2.0. The music in this game is pretty good. It adds to the lonely ambiance they have going. Combat sound is okay. The world seems very quiet overall. There really isn't any sound. Sound normally adds to the world, but the lack of it in this game left me wanting more. Again, that might be the lonely vibe they got going. Sound gets a 1.5. Finally, game design. The main map was designed masterfully. Most areas lead off into each other. The main map has pockets of interesting things to find, which makes exploration worth it. There are areas where you play third person and then the game will transform into a platformer. This isn't your grandfather's platformer though. Navigating these platform areas are challenging and fun. The game gives homage to other games like seeing Dracula's freaking castle in the distance. There isn't any tradition of fast travel, but you do find these triangles that will zip line you across the map once you unlock both sides. You can travel to different parts of the map with portals you unlock. Your main base is in Limbo, where you do your crafting, shopping, and leveling up. It does get annoying when you have to go back to do your gaming errands, but that just comes with the type of game. The story is there if you care to look for it.
Game design gets a 2.0. The final score is an 8 out of 10.
This game gets the first ever Je Ne Sais Quoi stamp of approval when a game has something special about it, but you just can't put your finger on it.